Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie reaction. Hello again. Yeah, we got the beanie rocking for today. Now, I'm pretty excited about this one because I was actually planning on seeing this in theaters when it was out over in LA until, the whole incident happened. So yeah, I wasn't able to really see this movie in theaters, but the beautiful thing about how things working out is that I get to check it out now alongside with you guys and kind of give my first reaction, first thoughts, and just commentary over JoJo Rabbit. Now, this film is directed by the same guy who did Thor Ragnarok, I believe, and he also did like probably other films as well too. But that's when I started personally hearing about him, and I love how he integrates comedy into his films. I mean, in my personal opinion, he really revigorated Thor's character in that movie. So I just want to give a special shout out to Taika Waititi and how he basically just transformed film and the art of comedy. And I know he was a comedian prior, but again, I don't really know too much about him other than those facts. But please, guys, the beautiful thing about YouTube is that it's just free education always. So educate me on kind of like more of his background, maybe recommend some more movies that you guys would love to see me kind of like commentate over and kind of view as well too. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of jump into JoJo Rabbit. I know it's a really good movie, and I know it won some awards as well too, so at least I believe so. So without further ado, before we get started, I just want to say a special thank you to all of you guys out there for just the love and just the comments and just how this community is growing. We're about to hit 10,000 subscribers. That's insane. That's really crazy. We're about to hit double digits. Well, technically like 5, but you get what I'm saying. That is a lot of you, and I make sure that I'm able to hopefully match that same energy with whatever video or whatever energy I can kind of bring forth to you guys, whether if it's just me brightening your day or educating you or showing you some really cool things you didn't recognize before in films that you've seen. But I also want to give a special thank you to the Patreon people out there. I hope you guys are enjoying the full lengths. I always recommend those because I always say a lot of things that I feel as though are of value. It's just unfortunate that I have to cut it up for YouTube. But again, like, I think there's value everywhere. So just in case if you can't really do the Patreon, don't feel like you're missing out. You're still getting the good gems. So with that being said, guys, I just want to again just say thank you. Let's get started with watching JoJo Rabbit.
10 years old. Today, you join the ranks of the Univolk in a very special...
All right. Already you can kind of just get a look on this character because I can kind of see his pictures like around his mirrors.
So help me God.
Yes, that's right.
Yo.
Now.
You guys hear that little sound effect? This is great.
Yeah, man, you're ready.
Adolf? I don't think I can do this.
Was? Of course you can.
Oh my goodness.
Heil? This is a Heil. Heil!
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler! Ooh, that's it, you got it! Heil Hitler! Have a great day! Heil Hitler! You're gonna be...
I mean, low-key, that's like some crazy manipulation right there. But like, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it because, like, again, with how he directs his films and the way he implements comedy, it's just such a different way of storytelling, which I think is fantastic because now you're able to showcase a certain theme or perspective that's usually told from an angle that is saturated by kind of like black and white, or it's very, just historical. But this one, I mean, it can do the same effect, but maybe target differently. So maybe a certain person who's seen films like this gets affected differently.
Hi, Hitler, guys.
This guy's always playing like either a racist or like some form of evil character. This is hilarious.
Over the next 2 days.
This is awesome. I love this style. Oh my goodness. This is great. It's also interesting to see something like this in this type of color grade. Like usually when you have movies or cinema or filmmaking in general talking about, Adolf Hitler's reign, it's always very dark and gloomy or black and white. This is very colorful. So it's like a really interesting contradiction at play here. I kind of like it though.
God help me.
I'm loving these shots, like the montage with the comedy. I love first and foremost, comedy is so interesting because it's relatable to music, to filmmaking, because it's all about rhythm. And comedians, I think the great ones will tell you that rhythm is key, or even breaking that rhythm is key. And you can kind of see the rhythm being portrayed in this filmmaking right here. Like the montage it's great.
Which of you will have the stomach to do this? There is no room in Hitler's army for those that lack strength.
It's so interesting because we don't really, we haven't really gotten this perspective,
You do this?
Like from like a German boy and the subtle manipulation that kind of goes on with that, like the psychological warfare of that. I mean, I know this is a comedy, so I don't want to get too deep with it, but low key, it is. I mean, this is how you break past the surface layer. Hence why it's great to tell your story in different perspectives, whether it's comedy and love or, etc.
Kill. 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 Kill.
Dude, that rabbit looks so innocent. What the heck? Because it's JoJo Rabbit too, yeah?
Hi, Adolf.
Want to tell me about that rabbit incident? What was all that about?
They wanted me to kill it.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
is that just his imagination?
But now they call me a scared rabbit.
Let them say whatever they want.
Holy
People
crap.
used to say a lot of nasty things about me.
That's interesting. I had no idea. I mean, I just thought that maybe his father was like, I don't know, like one of those super fans. But as we know, his father hasn't came back from the war. Yo. Oh my goodness. This is pretty great.
Shit.
Shit!
Boy, you better run.
My darling cup.
Oh my God, it's Scarlett Johansson, and she sounds like her role in Her. I fell in love with that character. So this dude really just got blown up by a grenade. That's... my goodness, man. I mean, low-key, it looks kind of fire.
Your recuperation.
I don't want to go out there.
What? Don't be silly. Of course you do.
I look stupid. People will stare.
Enjoy the attention, kid.
It's really interesting. I mean, like, obviously you have this umbrella of,
Courage, walk out that door and have
Hitler's
an incredible
reign
adventure.
and obviously the psychology of just the environment of that. But it also tells a story about just like a kid and just being a kid and dealing with like social anxiety and, appearance and approval. It's interesting.
Your child into war. Or someone get this kid a gun.
And I'd be more than happy to fight in the front.
Get in line, kid.
Okay, here's the conscriptions, and here is a gun.
Oh my gosh.
The gun? No.
What the heck? Dang. Some of the framing actually reminds me of the Grand Budapest Hotel. Like I said, just the rhythm of it. The comedic cuts into these really gorgeous frames. I love it. It reminds me of that.
Yuck.
Yikes.
Hi.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty reasonable reaction.
Just one word. I'll do the world a great big favor and cut your Nazi head off. Got it?
Yo, she is fierce. Oh my goodness, man.
Sheesh, that was intense.
What am I going to do?
I was wondering where he was gonna pop up.
Must have used her powers. Mind control.
Oh, typical. Oh, you see how fast she moved?
Yes.
Oh, like a little female Jewish Jesse Owens. And now she's got...
A little female Jewish Jesse Owens. Oh my gosh, that is great.
You. Jew.
You see what I mean with the camera movement? It's all like a rhythm. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
That thing, that...
Jew.
Yeah, Jew, yeah. Whoa, what are we gonna do about that Jew?
You think of something.
Oh, now I'm the expert?
Stop offering me damn cigarettes.
You know, and it's crazy because, like, I wonder if this is because of the fact that his father isn't there. You know? Like, this, I guess you could say this imaginary person, well, imaginary Hitler, let me just say that, is due to the lack of his father being around.
He's an eating innocent Nazis. And don't give her any more knives. Just...
That's how I'm just going to exit the scene from now on for the rest of my life. Just going to dolphin dive out a window. Damn, this movie's good. I could tell. This movie is really good.
You've lived more lifetimes than most.
I haven't lived it all.
You're being challenged. They say you can't live.
It's great that he's able to give these moments breathing room. Like, it's not all comedy. I think when these moments hit, it just makes the other scenes that much greater and also makes this scene that much greater. Yeah, I love how he has a gun in the water.
Hypnotize someone to make them hide the Jew in the first place.
I'd be amazed if that could happen.
No, it can happen.
See what I'm talking about? Like, these frames are just, they just make the movie that much more alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys just take a couple seconds to just frame your shots. I guarantee you it changes everything.
We're chosen by pathetic little men who can't even grow a full mustache. Stronger race, huh?
Yo, and it's crazy because, like, she's low-key breaking down his ideology within, like, his own mind.
Well, I'm especially hungry tonight. So maybe I'll just finish yours. Don't want it to go to waste.
Oh my goodness. Look at Hitler's just like oh boy. That's great. You see what I mean? Like when the characters go in and out of the frame.
Sorry, kid. What? What kind of apology was that?
I love how focused this movie is taking on the family, you know? Like, obviously there's outside forces, but it's really hyper-focused on this kid's just family and how he's missing a father, and he has this crazy ideology in his head, and he's struggling just being a kid trying to be accepted in society that is absolutely insane. He's trying to find himself, really.
On the banks of the Fluss. He knelt down like a proper gentleman, recited a poem by Rilke, and when I said yes, we danced into the night.
Snarl.
Damn.
I said to draw where Jews live. This is just a stupid picture in my head.
Yeah, that's where we live.
Yeah, This is so good. Like, my goodness. I love how this story is being told, you know?
I found a new woman, and we laugh a lot and do the tongue kiss. It's like my favorite poet Rilke says. We need...
Oh, God. Damn. This isn't going to be good. Not at all.
Don't open the door, but I actually forgot there was a second letter.
Yeah, because you have these moments where he knows he's not fully into his ideology, you know? We saw it with the rabbit.
Beethoven,
Einstein,
Bach,
Gershwin.
Brahms, Wagner, Mozart,
Musicians, is that all you have?
Rilke.
This is great. Oh, man. I can't stop smiling. That was a great just opening for the both of them.
Oh, these banks used to be full of lovers. There was dancing and singing and romance.
Wow, man. These are some gorgeous frames right here. It's just so gorgeous. Absolutely love it. And it works so well with the color grading. Like, you're just not used to seeing this time era portrayed in such a bright, saturated color grade, you know? Not that it's bad or anything, but like it's different, which is always good, you know? Different is good.
But the viewer says when we win, it is us, young boys who will rule the world.
The Reich is dying. We're going to lose the war.
I love that the mother is speaking to him, not like, you know, I mean, she's still talking to him as a mother, but she's not treating him like a child, you know, which I think everyone else was. Like, she's actually talking to him. I think that's pretty interesting.
Welcome home, boys. Now go home and kiss your mothers.
Damn. It's so crazy because, like, you see it, like, I mean, just obviously with the color grade in there, but you see, like, what he could potentially become, you know? Like, that's kind of terrifying.
Take over a house and hang from the ceiling when we sleep, like bats. Oh, and another thing is we can read each other's minds.
And this is interesting because it's all taking place within his sister's room. And we also don't know what happened to the sister, you know?
JoJo is one thing that cannot and must not ever, ever happen to a German. Do not let your German brain be bossed around.
I really do wonder if this is like his personification of his father. Like, it isn't just Hitler, but more like the ideology that his father had, you know, of Hitler's that he tried to instill in his family.
Yeah.
And, you know, to bring it to another film we've actually watched and did a commentary over, American History X. Obviously, two different films, but actually not too different, you know? Not too far off from each other. It's all about ideologies and ways of breaking a twisted one and realizing, hey, you know, we're not too different, we're not too far off, but there's always roots. And I think these ways of storytelling really explores those roots, and you can bring forth them and show a perspective that a lot of people didn't realize. Hate runs deep, very deep. But it's also taught. And there's ways to unteach that, no matter how deep it is. It's just, you have to dig for it. Whether if it's, you know, you being a teacher or you being a filmmaker. Find your ways of digging and reaching those who need your help.
I'm sorry for yelling at you. It's so stupid. No, it's a silly name for a dog. I should have been more clear. You're doing a great job.
Okay.
Huh? What? Wait, hold on. What? That's wow. Talk about just weaving in like things, but you know, not harping on it. That's great. I love that.
Well, I am learning a lot about Jews. Did you know Jews can read each other's minds? And when they sleep, they hang from the ceiling like bats.
Why is she always holding a gun? Oh my goodness.
This is a Gatling gun mounted with a radio which emits annoying music to dishearten the enemy. This is all copyrighted.
Honestly, that's a Pretty solid idea.
Good sign right there.
You're not a Nazi, Jojo. You're a 10-year-old kid who likes swastikas and likes dressing up in a funny uniform and wants to be part of a club.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows what a Nazi is. It's like the subtlety in her acting that you could tell when, like, obviously it's very playful, but then it can get sharp. And like things like that, like it doesn't feel jarring because of just how this film portrayed itself, you know? Like it works with things like that.
Hurry, go!
Heil Hitler.
Oh no, it's this guy.
Heil Hitler.
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 Oh my goodness. If you guys watch Carl Pilkington Abroad or just anything with Ricky Gervais, you guys know who he is. And they're probably there because of his mother. Yeah?
Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler. You know, Freddie Finkel.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler.
Yo, that must be annoying as heck.
I'm his sister, Inge.
Heil Hitler.
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 Wow, she finessed the crap out of that. I mean, despite like the comedy in this film, I mean, this scene it's kind of terrifying, you know? Because just the nature of it. I mean, they could both die.
To decide if you want to be remembered or disappear without a trace. Like a pitiful grain of sand into a desert of insignificance.
Wow. I mean, the way it can just weave in and out of just like comedic timing and just realism. Like, oh my goodness. Damn. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But like because the film is the way that it is, and it does so in the way that it goes, like it makes these very real moments that obviously have happened historically just that much more just real, if that makes sense. And I really feel for this kid. I mean, like, obviously, I'm not saying that, like, I mean, I don't want to have a whole discussion about German boys and, you know, Nazis and everything like that. But, like, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a kid, a 10-year-old kid who's being filled up with a bunch of ideologies along with him wanting to be accepted. And he's also doesn't have his father around. And now he has to make sure he doesn't die from hiding, as you say, a Jew, but his friend. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Wow, man. You see how those houses look like they were just watching him? Oh my goodness. Holy
God. Jojo! Oh, I've missed you.
But like, yo, like they're still kids. They are still kids, man. Yo. Like I said, like it's colliding with one another. You know, like this is extremely real.
Go, Ron! Let's go!
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Oh man. Look at that. Kids, man. Kids, bro.
Come on! Stay on it!
It's interesting because, like, what his mother said about, like, tucking the rabbit in and putting it back in its hole, that shot kind of reminded me of you know, what she said. There's nothing wrong about preserving your life, you know? That's not a cowardly act, not in my opinion. Living another day is the most courageous thing you can do, in my opinion.
The Jew! Shut up. You know this Nazi? No, I don't know this dirty Jew.
No, no.
Get away, Jew.
Wow, man. Oh, man. Yo,
JoJo? You okay?
Man, dude, the emotions in this film is just intense. In such a good way, you know?
I'm gonna go home and see my mother. I need a cuddle. Nothing makes sense anymore. Yeah, I know. It's definitely not a good time to be a Nazi.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. This guy's awesome. I love this kid.
Jojo, what's going on? Is it safe to come out?
He doesn't want her to leave. I can't blame him. He's just so lonely, you know? But you gotta do what's right. You have to.
And then we're gonna pretend none of this ever happened. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man.
No.
Help me.
No.
A little high, just a little high, please.
Fuck off, Hitler. Come on.
Yo. Yo, my man really did just like Spartan kick this dude through a window. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, JoJo. Oh, this movie's great. I love it. I mean, you guys got no rhythm, but it's okay, you know? You guys are free. This is dope. Hey, hey, go ahead. Awesome. Beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. This was awesome. Well done. Thank you guys for recommending me this. Wow. All right, everybody. We just got done JoJo Rabbit. Guys, man, I love this film. I loved it. I loved it. There was so many moments where I almost teared up and my heart swelled and I was filled with laughter and I was filled with so many emotions. And I think that just goes to show you the brilliance of the director and the people who worked behind this film. I just want to say thank y'all, you know, for the people who worked on this film and also the people who recommended me this film. This is a film I think everybody needs to watch, you know, specifically during this time, you know, man, because there's a lot of loss happening and I am just overjoyed right now. I'm overjoyed and I just feel really good after watching this film. I feel very good. Yeah. So, I mean, I know I should be like talking about like the reasonings to why I, you know, really like this film from a film perspective. I'll get to that, but I just wanted to say that, you know, this film as a human made me, you know, just filled with joy. This was a really good film. I loved it. I really did love it. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, I mean, on the technical level, you know, from the filmmaking level, it was excellent. It was absolutely excellent. I mean, the color grading, like I said, the wonderful thing that I love about this color grading is that it took what usually is done about, you know, this specific historical time frame, which is usually shot from like a black and white or, you know, more grittier version because it is a truly horrific, you know, moment in history. And it kind of flips it on its head by showing these very bright and saturated colors, you know, which complements the, you know, the joyful comedic moments, but it also really conflicts with the very brutal and very real moments of, you know, what happened, you know, the truth of what actually happened. And I'm happy that it didn't shy away from that. You know, this is PG-13, by the way, as well. So obviously they couldn't get incredibly graphic, but I think that's the beautiful thing about storytelling. Like when people say, oh, you know, these movies should be rated R so they can show it in true detail, yada yada. But like, I feel like that's not necessarily true. I think things shouldn't, like this, shouldn't always be shown at 100%. Let the audience fill the rest of that gap. So I'm actually kind of happy that this was PG-13, not only because of that regard, but because it can now be brought to a wider audience. I feel like everybody should watch this, you know? This is now opened up for people who, you know, are PG level, you know? I think the message is for everyone. And another thing that I wanted to comment on the filmmaking was just the performance. The performances from everyone. Everyone. I mean, everyone was beautiful. Was absolutely beautiful. I could talk for ages on that, but I mean, the psychological battle that this kid had, and just so much that he had to go through, it paints such a picture of what it could have been, what it might have been, you know, for a German boy who is growing up in a society as, you know, as divided, but also as ludicrous as, you know, living in Germany during that time, and how it must feel to be almost like isolated and you don't even know yourself, but then you have society wanting to paint you a certain color when you actually feel this way. And it's like there's so many things, and there were subtle things within that too, with some of the characters obviously having you know, a same-sex relationship, but it was so subtle. It was so subtle, but you could tell that they had to hide that, you know. And I'm happy that this movie didn't hold our hands. It allowed us to kind of fill in the gaps, and our emotions, our perspective on how we see this film paint the rest of the picture, and we come out of it how we choose to. And I think that's what was beautifully told. This story was incredible. I could talk about this for hours, but I'm going to keep it nice and short. I love this film. This film was incredible. This film was inspiring, and this film was just joyful. I think this is one of the things I'm going to turn to whenever I go into a very dark spot in my life, specifically, you know, and during these eras. So yeah, thank you guys again for recommending me this. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And I hope that you guys are, you know, pushing it through for the next day. I hope these videos really do help you continue, because, you know, it is rough out there, but I want you to know that I'm here with you, and I'm doing the best that I can to let you know that you're not in this alone. So with that being said, guys, thank you as always, and a special thank you to my Patreon people out there. Make sure you check out that full length and all that good juicy content that you guys get exclusively and all that. This was great. Thank you guys again. Much love. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.